Many people are looking for maximum protection for their iPhone. Whether you're just really clumsy with your phone, or you work a construction job where your iPhone is being beat up every day, there are multiple options to go with. And the two most popular, the Otterbox Defender and the Griffin Survivor case, are going to be put to the test in this video. Before I start, I just want to say that this is a very lengthy video, and if you're here just for the drop tests and not the details of each case, cut to the 5-minute and 35-second mark of this video. Right now, you're looking at the Otterbox Defender on the left for the iPhone 5, which retails for about $50, and the Griffin Survivor on the right, which retails for about $35. These two cases are by far the most protective options for your iPhone, and we'll be testing the features as well as durability and performance of these two cases. First, let's take a look at the Otterbox Defender. The case is made up of 3 pieces. You have an outer silicone shell, which absorbs all the shock, and 2 plastic pieces, one for the front of the phone and one for the back. The one for the front has a built-in screen protector, which is an awesome feature, and the back has a cutout for the Apple logo as well as some padding on the inside so you don't scratch up your phone. To put your iPhone 5 inside of the Otterbox Defender, all you do is rest it in the back portion of the case, then take the front portion and place it on top, clipping all the edges around to make sure you have a secure fit. Now the case looks pretty clunky and ugly, but to fix that we're just going to take the outer silicone shell and just fit it around, making sure we get that home button in there and all the port covers pulled over the plastic. The installation is pretty easy and simple. All you have to do is make sure all the edges wrap around the plastic. If you've ever used an Otterbox Defender for any of the other iPhones before, you know how this works. It's a little bit harder because the silicone is a little stiffer than previous generations of this case, but overall it's pretty similar. On the bottom of the case, you'll notice that the lightning connector as well as the headphone port is covered up, but that can be opened really easily. All you have to do is just give it a little pull, and the speaker and microphone is always exposed, so when you're taking phone calls, listening to music, anything that requires a speaker or microphone, you always have that open, and you don't need to worry about the sound being muffled at all. Towards the top of the case, you'll notice that your earpiece as well as the front-facing camera is fully exposed. There's no cover that goes over that, so you're going to get no sound muffling, but it also is fully exposed and prone to scratches. On the side, you have a cover for your mute switch, which is a little hard to get open, and you also have your volume buttons, which are very clicky, very tactile, easy to use. On the back, you'll find a nice wide open camera cutout, but there is no protection for your camera, no overlay or anything. So again, you could get some scratches in there, and you also have a window for your Apple logo to shine through, but there is a protector there, so you don't need to worry about scratches getting on the metal of the back of your iPhone. The home button is indeed covered, but it does have a little bit of a squishy feel to it. It doesn't feel awesome, but it's also not terrible. The built-in screen protector has a little bit of an air gap in between the protector and the screen, so it does kind of reduce the sensitivity, but it doesn't reduce the quality of the screen, and there is absolutely no rainbowing effect. The case is just as easy to get off as it is on. You can just pull the silicone layer away from the plastic, and then unclip the 2 plastic clips on either side and pull the phone out. There is a belt clip included. The clip on the back rotates in any direction you want it to, and you can also put the phone in any way you want into the belt clip. You can put it screen facing in, screen facing out, and it also goes in either direction, so you're not going to have to line it up perfectly or anything. It'll go in either way you try to put it in. We've taken a look at the Otterbox Defender. Now let's check out the Griffin Survivor. This is also a 3-piece case. You have an inner plastic piece that the phone snaps into. You also have an outer silicone shell to absorb all the shock, as well as a plastic overlay that goes on top that has a built-in screen protector. To install the case, you just snap your iPhone 5 into the plastic piece, then fit the plastic piece into the silicone shell and just pull all the edges over, make sure everything's fit in properly, and then snap the screen protector over on top of that. On the bottom, you've got pretty much everything covered. You have a cover that can fold over for the headphone as well as the microphone. You also have your cover for the lightning adapter, as well as the speaker is actually exposed, but there is a layer of mesh over it to protect it, so it's not fully exposed, but there's no flap over it to degrade the quality. On the top, you have a plastic protector over the camera, as well as some sound mesh over the earpiece, so it's fully protected up at the top. The home button is covered, but is very tactile and very clicky. And then on the side, you have a cover over your mute switch, which is very easy to open, and you also have your volume buttons, which are also pretty clicky. On the back, you've got a pretty sweet design, but also a cover flap over your camera, which can rotate away. Can get annoying, but honestly, it's attached by a little piece of rubber, and if you really wanted to, you could just rip that off. The Griffin Survivor also comes with a belt clip. The clip on the back of it rotates in any direction you want, so you can adjust it to your liking, and it's also much lighter and much smaller than the Otterbox Defender belt clip. To remove the case, you simply snap off the screen protector and then pull the silicone layer away, and then go ahead and just pop the iPhone out of the plastic shell by pushing it through the hole in the back. We've taken a close look at all the features and the design of both of the cases. Now let's get to the exciting part and see how they perform in a number of drop tests. Alright, now we're going to do some tests. I have the iPhone 5 right here, as well as the Otterbox Defender, the Griffin Survivor, two really protective cases. They're both rainproof, so there's a little bit of rain coming down right now, nothing too heavy, but they are pretty sealed, so you're going to be able to carry them around in the rain. They'll take some splashes, you won't really have to worry about it, but they're not fully submergible, so make sure you don't go swimming with these or anything. But we're going to do some average tests, everyday drops, and we're also going to do some more extreme ones. Let's cut right to it and see how they perform. Alright, so here I've got the iPhone 5 inside of the Otterbox case. I'm going to start recording the camera and start the tests. Alright, so this is the pocket test. So I'm going to drop it, pulling it out of my pocket, as anybody would accidentally, just trying to get their phone out of their pocket. So here it goes, Otterbox case. Alright, we are still recording right now. Perfectly fine, no damage. You got a little water on it. This case is rainproof, which is showing that, it can take some rain to the actual case. Like I would be talking on the phone, I'm going to drop it. I'm about 5'2". Still recording, no physical damage, it looks like, to the case. We have a little bit of red discoloring here, which just rubs off. And just some water. Really no scuffs, no damage to the actual phone. Still recording. Now I'm going to go a little higher because I am a little short, so I'm going to toss it up in the air and let it drop down. Here it goes. Alright, that was a pretty big drop. I would say 6 feet or so, maybe 6.5, 7 feet up in the air. Still recording. Again, no physical damage to the case, so not only is there no damage to the phone yet, but there is no damage to the actual case. Again, a little bit of red discoloring from the driveway. That's just rubbing off really easily. Let's go ahead and toss you a little bit higher. I'm going to go maybe 8 or 10 feet. Alright, still recording. Landed pretty hard. It actually hit the volume button, so that's why you saw the little volume button show up on the screen. No physical damage to the phone. The case doesn't look low. We've got a little bit of scuffing here in this area by the camera. You can see it chipped up a little bit there, but really nothing too major. No damage to the phone. Alright, so now I have the Griffin Survivor installed, and I have the camera app open, but you'll see that there's a black screen. So I'm going to go ahead and just take this little camera cover off, slide it down, rotate it down to the bottom so I can open the camera up. I'm going to start recording and start the tests. So the first test, again, is going to be a pocket test, same height. Just going to put it in my pocket and then take it out and drop it onto the ground. Alright, so still recording, no damage. The only thing that happened is this camera cover right here just kind of closed back up. That's why you saw the camera go black, but no damage at all from that test. Now I'm going to go for the phone call test. So from an ear height, again, I'm 5'2", so it's going to be a little different, but we'll test it a little higher in about a minute. Same thing, again, no damage, except that camera cutout went and closed up. Now we're going to test it a little higher. I'm going to throw it about 6 feet and see how it does.
same thing. I don't see any damage. This little port cover down on the bottom for the headphone port opened up a little bit. Again, the camera cutout every time is going to close back up. That's why you keep seeing it go black. But there is no damage so far. The screen protector looks like it just snapped off a little bit. You just got to put that in place a little. And we have a little chip right here up at the top. Nothing too major though. No damage to the phone at all. Again, we're going to take this one a little bit higher. I'm going to go about 8 or 10 feet now and see what it does. So, recording, and let's go. Alright, that landed smack face down on the screen. Looks like that one stayed closed this time, but over on the side we have our mute switch. That opened up, so you just got to close that back up. The camera one didn't actually close this time, but the screen protector did unclip again, so you just got to go clip that back down. No physical damage anymore, at least. We still have that little bit of chipping there from the last one, and nothing else happened, and the phone is still in perfect condition. The iPhone 5 in both the Otterbox Defender as well as the Griffin Survivor passed the average test way too easily. They passed the out-of-the-pocket test, even thrown in the air test, as well as from the ear test, and really no damage at all to the iPhones and little to no damage to the cases. So we're going to take it to the extreme. Most of you guys aren't even going to be able to drop your cases from this height, just everyday use. I'm going to be dropping it up from my bedroom window down onto the driveway. Both of these cases I'm going to put to the test, the Otterbox Defender as well as the Griffin Survivor. We're going to see if there's any damage to the phone at all, as well as to the cases. Now, I have a camera set up in the room. I have a camera right there, which you guys are looking at right now, as well as I will be recording from the iPhone when I drop it. So you're going to get 3 great views. Let's go ahead and see how these cases do. Alright, sorry if you don't have the best view, but my window doesn't really open that far. Here's the Otterbox Defender, iPhone 5. You can see in the iPhone right there, there's the other camera. The camera's rolling on this. I'm just gonna go ahead and chuck it out right out the side here. So here goes nothing. It's a little bit nervous, but here we go. A little bit nervous, but here we go. A little bit nervous, but here we go. Alright, let's go check that out. That actually survived pretty well. Really no damage to the phone at all. The only thing that happened is that port cover on the bottom kind of opened up a little bit. Just got to push that back in. Really no damage that I can see to the case. That actually survived very well. All I have to do is just push that back in, and the case is in perfect condition, phone's in perfect condition, and it's still recording. That's pretty awesome. Alright, now I have the Griffin Survivor in the case. I have it recording. The camera cutout rotated to the side. Let's go ahead and do the same thing we did with the Otterbox and just chuck it out the side. Let's go ahead and do the same thing we did with the Otterbox and just chuck it out the side. Let's go ahead and do the same thing we did with the Otterbox and just chuck it out the side. Okay, and that had some bounce to it. I'm gonna go check it out, see how it did. Alright, so not much damage, again some water because it's raining on the case. Camera cutout stayed open, but no damage to that. The bottom cutout came open, but you can just press it right back down. Looks like the screen protector came unclipped in a few areas. That's no big deal. And then there's actually just some, a little bit of a chip there by the plastic and some red coloring on the case. That just rubs off. Overall, both of the cases did a very good job up in the window up there. And really, to my surprise, no damage at all to the phone in any of the tests I did.
Okay, so what did we learn from this video? Basically, we learned that both the Otterbox Defender and the Griffin Survivor are ultimate protection cases for the iPhone 5, and both are going to provide a lot of protection. The price is a little bit lower on the Griffin Survivor at $35 versus the Otterbox at $50, so if you're going for a cheaper case, the Griffin Survivor is the way to go. With that being said, if you need something just for everyday use that's going to give a lot of drop protection but still give you access to everything on your phone like the camera, the Otterbox Defender is the way to go because it doesn't have a covered up camera. If you want to ensure that you have full protection everywhere, including the camera, as well as the earpiece and the front-facing camera, as well as have a more of a rubber lay-on-the-table design instead of plastic on the top, I'd go with the Griffin Survivor. They're both great case options. Thanks for watching, guys. If you enjoyed this video, please drop it a like. It really does help me out a lot. Share it with a friend, too, because if you thought it was cool, your friend probably thinks it's cool, too. I spent a lot of time on this video, so I'd really appreciate it, guys. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss out on any of my upcoming content. I'll see you in my next video.